Hey everybody, welcome back to Late Night with Cap with JT. Cap. I've got a wonderful guest showing up tonight. Before we get started, I would like to give you an update on my friend, my mentor that was in the hospital. He's doing good for having major surgery. He's thankful for all the well wishes that you have provided, especially in my group communities. And if you're here tonight, I just wanted to let you know I do appreciate it, and I forward that to him. Now, I have a funny story for you, but I'll tell it here in a second. I have a wonderful guest all the way from Japan. Uh, I'm great. He's a fun artist, and I can't wait to get started talking with him. I got JinjaNinja. How's it going?
I have this feeling like I'm experiencing some kind of deja vu. Like I feel like we've
Yeah,
done this
yeah.
before. I don't know.
We
How's it
So
going there, man?
funny. So I'm doing. So we have Dreaming Tabitha here, and she's gonna chuckle. So we actually went live without going live, and we had a full on conversation without you guys knowing.
Oh
So
boy.
what I just did and what he just did, we redid it.
Yeah. It was the black
So
cat. It was the black
yeah,
cat.
we'll call that a practice.
Oh, hey, what's the quote again? I didn't even know how to say it. Those who uh try the most, fail the most, or something along those lines. I don't know how
Very
it
true.
goes.
I
Yeah,
looked up at the little corner up here, and I was like, it still says scheduled. We're not
Oh,
live, so I
uh,
did a boomer moment. Sorry, it is my mistake. So
just to
we're
address poop face McGillicuddy, I I'm not actually the JinjaNinja. He is somewhere else, so he's actually in hiding. He will not reveal his actual self, so I'm just a stand-in. You know, that's all.
so yeah, you've come here live from Japan. It's midday where you are. You
Right.
when we did this before when we weren't live, you said you have your coffee ready and you're well awake.
Right, right. Yeah, the cobwebs are out. They're all cleared. 10:30, 11 o'clock is my actual like I wake up at 6, but it takes me about till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock to actually get the cobwebs all cleared and the brain working. I don't know if the brain is actually working or not, but officially I am you know
Yeah,
awake,
and
I
you
guess.
have you put this in the chat for me. You call me a boomer. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Gary
it
would be proud.
happens. It happens to the
Yes.
best of us. We're going live, having a great conversation, and the button wasn't on. Bravo.
Th- this is why I don't do this professionally, because I would be all over the place with it. I'd do that at least 10 times in one stream,
Yeah,
without
yeah,
a
yeah.
doubt. Without a doubt.
Well, before we go into some other things, I just want to introduce see who's in the chat here. We've got Roger Ryder. Hey, how's it going? And he joins you
Hello.
on your art streams, correct?
Right, right. He is the writer and the IP, the creator of the comic that we're working on together.
Oh, all
Yes.
right, very cool. And we'll talk
Hail.
more about that comment. And then we have Wookie Be Bad. Well, thank you for coming back.
I
Good
like
to
that
see
name.
you. Yeah, it's a fun one. Yeah. And then we got Miss R2 the Icky. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we already talked about Dreaming Tabitha. So I'm pretty sure she's laughing at me right now because she's done the very same thing on her stream. Let's see here. We've got yeah, we already talked about Poopy Face McGilligutty. So it's good to have you here. Good to see you. And we got Rogue Disney. Hey, bud, how's
Hey,
it
what's
going?
up? How's it going?
Yeah. Let's see. All right, and we got R2. How awesome are Japan? How awesome are Japanese vending machines?
Yes. My brother, whenever he came and visited, he spent probably 90% of the money that he spent while I was here was on vending machines, because you could just all of them are completely like they're not all different, but they've all got like a variety of stuff in them, and anywhere from Coca-Cola and beer and food
Yeah,
to
I heard they've got like
used
all kinds of
panties.
stuff. Panties,
Yeah,
great. So if you need
I'm not kidding.
panties and you're in a jam, go to the vending machine.
Exactly. You never
Got
know.
it. Then we got
Oh boy.
Andy Masterson here. Hey, thanks for showing up.
Hello.
Good to
Hey.
see you.
How's it going?
Yeah. So yeah, you I remember following you pretty early about last year sometime. I saw your artwork. I was pretty amazed by it. You're really good.
No, you're.
Um,
You humble me, man. You humble me.
so I always make sure to make sure people see your artwork and show. Um, can you just kind of kind of talk about how you kind of got into art and how long you've been kind of doing it and what you love to do?
Well, as the story goes, I've been doing art my whole life. It's just something, and uh, I'm sure that a lot of artists are probably in the same boat when it comes to this, and I'm sure Tabitha can agree with it as well. That you're from a young age, that's all you do. You have pencils and crayons around, and you're always drawing, you're always sketching, you've always got paper or notebook or sketchbook around. Everything is a canvas.
Yeah.
And from a young age, just that's all I did. My mom said that ever since I could, hold a crayon, I was drawing. Um, and it's just something I've always loved doing, always been passionate about. And yeah, ever since I was a kid, I think there was that one point where for me, there was I had just moved to Jasper, Indiana, from North Carolina. No, 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 I was actually in Oakland City, Indiana at that time. And there was we had an art class, and the theme was pretty much open. And
Okay.
at that time, I was really into Native Americans, Indians, whatever. And I just did drawings of, like, powwows of fights with cowboys and Indians and things like that. And I did a big picture, and my teacher came in and told me, like, I think it was like a week or so later, that I'd got an award. And I was like, an award for drawing?
Oh
What's
yeah.
that? And so we went to the local, elementary school art show, and there it was, and had a big ribbon on it. And I was like, wait, you get awards for drawing?
Wow.
What does that mean? And then, but that's just, for me, I just did it for
Yeah.
fun. And
You
to
just did
this
it for
day, I
fun.
still do it for fun. And we were
Yeah,
talking
and
about this earlier, the pre-show. No, you just have to have fun.
just
So,
have to have fun, and if you're having fun with your artwork, it shows. We were saying that
yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah.
And myself, I have an art background. I do
Uh-huh.
graphic arts, and
That's right. Yeah.
I draw or doodle and then design logos.
Hmm.
I've done that for some YouTubers, and if I you can if I'm not having fun with the design that I'm currently working on, I'm gonna scrap it. I'll move on. I'll
Yep.
recalibrate myself, and then I'll start up. But I was similar to you when I started. I was really young. I like to color. I like to just doodle. Everyone
Right.
had that like book, and teachers
Yes.
would look at
Yes.
you weird because you were
Yep.
drawing and not writing. And I did art classes and things like that. So it seems like we had I didn't win. I don't. I won one award. I don't think I won a lot of awards, but we have a similar background, and I think that's pretty cool. Um, Andy says here, yeah, I think if you're artistically inclined, it finds a way out.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
There's so many venues for it as well. I mean, you do graphic design. I do, like, to be honest, when I was a kid, that's whenever I was doing a lot of, like, comic book, like, drawing. Like, I had, like, all the X-Men and Spider-Man. I was, like, a huge
Hmm.
follower of those franchises, and I just, sit down and copy those and try to come up. But I was never interested in copying artwork, though. I mean, it's a good way to practice, but I always wanted to create my own characters. So I'd always have, like, these characters, these robots and things I would make, and tons and tons and tons and tons of sketches and things. And I think it's within the last 2 or 3 years that I've uh, that love of trying to create characters or stories has been rejuvenated. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
come back. Yeah,
Yeah.
something kind of
Same
lost in
here.
me.
I was kind of in a rut, because I have a day job where
Right.
I'm constantly just doing the same. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm a web designer, so I'm always doing the same thing. It's very controlled by the guidelines of that business, and you really
Right.
can't get too far out the lanes there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I started doing the designs for YouTubers and stuff, I was able to like branch out and do different
Yes.
things. So it helps your brain. And then when I started doing thumbnails for my the other channel I'm part of after the weekend,
Hmm.
it just helps. It just helps. It just does.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, and it gives you some creative freedom, I'm sure, as
Hmm.
well. And
Yeah.
And am I wrong in thinking that you probably start off with the sketchbook as well when you're doing your logo designs? Do you
Oh yeah.
the
I
little thumbnails?
usually I usually
Yep.
draw it on like a piece of paper,
Yep.
whatever, and I do 3 or 4. If I and then I go in digitally and
Yep.
clean it real up, and then
Yep.
after it's digital, then I tweak it even further with color or like some type of gradient or like some type of texture, something like that. So
Mm. Yeah.
it's really funny. One time, my boss he wanted me to design a new web page for something, like an idea of how it was going to function and work. And we were at a bar, and I just grabbed a napkin and I literally drew on a
Yes.
napkin. So
Yeah.
that's a true story. People
Yep.
do that. So
They do. Yeah.
yeah, that was fun. So
Oh
it's
no,
always
man.
fun to create something like that from a
If
napkin.
Yeah, if there's a surface, it can be drawn on, and it will be.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Um, so normally, so typically, like I'm gonna what we have on our segment here. Before we get started, there's a few other. I just saw a few other people come to the chat. I just want to say hi to you. And we
Oh
got
yeah.
Codenomics. Hey bud, how's it
Oh
going?
hello.
Thanks for
Hey.
showing up. And then we got Jacob Ironside here.
Hello.
Howdy. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, every stream I do a segment called Bad Graphic Design. So we
Yeah.
go over these very they could be mistakes, they could be intentional, or they could be unintentional, and they just didn't think about their environment or something like that. So we like to kind of laugh at that. So let's go with the first one here. So the first one, this was a design for a graduate student.
That's not.
Uh, they really wanted to tell her, you've got a bright future and you're on the right track.
Yeah, just don't stay on the track. Their future's going to be pretty bleak. pretty
Yeah.
short.
So I have a feeling I got their idea. They're on the track. There's a bright future.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit on this.
Yeah.
This.
And it's kind of awkward too. She almost looks like, I mean, she's pretty liberally dressed right there too. It almost I don't know.
She's on her way out.
Exactly. Like go back to
So
the light in the sky. Yeah.
yeah, and the font here also kind of represents like almost like a sad funeral font, like you would
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
It's not
Something you would see on
very.
a
Yeah.
yeah, like it's like a font that you would see on one of the what is it called? Those little not pamphlet or whatever you get like at a funeral. Yeah, what are those things
Yeah.
called?
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
yeah, they probably should have shown that to a few other people before they.
Yes, those heels would get stuck.
Yes, those heels would get stuck. Oh my god, you're right.
That's
And then she
exactly.
would be messed up. Yeah.
Wow.
But hey, Tim, how's it going? Thanks for showing up to
Yeah,
the late night with Cap.
it doesn't help
We're
that the sky is really cloudy and stormy as well. I mean, it's very ominous, you know?
Yeah, celebration of life is pretty much what that font is.
There you go.
Yeah. And maybe it's done by her mom, and she's like, "Oh, this will be great," and it is what it is. So hopefully, not a lot
Whoopsie.
of people saw this. Well, now we just added 10 more
Yeah.
people.
I would
Uh,
actually like I'd actually be interested to seeing like when this was made and how the person is doing now. I want to see the
yeah, me
story.
too. I got this from there's all kinds of stuff. You could just Google search this stuff, and stuff pops up of people. So along the lines of similar mistake, this was a actual printed poster
No.
on a gym somewhere. I think this was in over
Uh,
across the pond, but it was Fat Fitness or Fast Fitness
yeah,
before you're gonna be this guy, and then after you're literally gonna change color and grow a fro and get muscles.
it's funny that you said fat fitness because that's what I read when I first saw it.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know,
Yeah, so there's a lot of mistakes here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Wow. Before or after? I mean, what kind of? I mean, I'm speechless. Like, you would to get from there to there. I mean, there's a lot of other kind of, you know, extra work being
Yeah.
done that I don't think you're going to get at that gym.
Well, Wookie be bad. If you want that fro, you have to go to Fast Fitness, and they'll
Mhm.
get you that.
I
They're
used to
telling
have
you.
a fro like that back in the days. No lie.
Oh, the
Yeah.
code wants the glasses. Okay.
Oh,
I
hey, yeah.
mean, yeah.
Maybe they're included
Yeah.
with your with your yeah,
I just don't. Yeah. You've got the.
those peach things.
Yeah. There you go. And those bleach
Yeah.
bangs. Yeah. I don't
Wow.
know what decade this was from, but I'm pretty
The
sure.
wrong one.
Yeah.
90s
Yes,
is
the white dude is 90s AF. Yep, you are absolutely correct. So,
oh boy.
but
Wow.
yeah, I thought that was funny when I saw this. Like, okay, I mean, that's a good. Hey, if you look like this, you can look like this guy. I mean, it might get some people in. So
I mean, you would be really interested in like I would actually bring that flyer in and say, please describe to me how I get from overweight white man with very bad hairstyle to uh beefed up black man with nice fro.
yeah,
I want to see the receipts here.
yeah,
Wow.
it's it. When I saw this, I was like, oh, geez, this is. Some gyms have tanning beds. You're right, Roger.
Yes.
You are absolutely correct.
Tanning
And
beds
some
that
people
come with
do
a
get
nose
that done.
job.
Here,
Yeah.
yeah, with a nose job and maybe you'll grow 4 or 5 inches.
Yep.
So when it popped up, I thought this was a Smash Mouth and Jaw Rule mixtape album cover.
See it? Could see it.
I can definitely see that. That's funny.
Yeah.
So last stream, I did mention to the chat that hey, if you have seen anything bad design in the world and you want to share it with me, if it's a good bad design, I might put it on stream. And we had our first
Uh-oh.
one submitted by a fan. So this was from Theme Park Casual. He's a theme park hopper over at Disneyland, and this is a Pirates of the Caribbean T-shirt with clouds and it's a photo. So yeah, it's got these little tie-dye clouds, and then the photo is just slapped on
Right
the
on top of
shirt.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people wearing this. How about you?
No. I mean, with clouds like that, I would expect like Care Bears or something to be floating around with it. Nothing with that in the center. I was yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is not a good T-shirt design, Disney.
My
I
laundry
take
when I use
what?
bleach.
Yeah, I mean, probably
Exactly.
that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
And,
They're like, just
I
roll with
did
it. Roll with it.
I did miss this, but Dreaming Taba says that this Fast Fitness this looks like a 2001 Disney original movie reject.
Mm. Yeah, they
Yeah,
just used the picture and just kept the threw the title in there.
yeah. So,
Oh
but
boy.
there you go. I mean, hopefully you haven't bought this shirt. If you did, I I'm sorry.
Well, if
Uh,
you did, it might be a collector's item somewhere down the road. Yeah,
it
that one was
it could.
featured on yeah JT's
Yeah.
show.
So again, if you have in the world you come across any bad design and you want me to laugh at it or look at it or one of my guests look at it, you can send it to
What
me on my Twitter and everything.
what you need to do if you want to do with like a bad design, you should just get people, and I could actually contribute to this, to send you pictures of crazy English on Japanese people's shirts. Because there is some of the most insane stuff that is written on shirts that I think they get made like in Vietnam or China, and it's just like a word salad of I don't know how even they come up with the phrase. It's it's insanity, but it's genius at the same time. Things that make
Really?
absolutely no sense, but in some way it's genius. They'll make you laugh.
Okay. Yeah,
So
if
when
you come
people,
across one, send me a
oh, there's
picture.
tons of
I'll
them. Yeah, yeah,
definitely we'll take a look at it here and we'll see. We can just laugh at it and see what
yeah.
it looks like. So yes, if you're out there and you're looking for a good graphic designer, you can either contact me, or if you need a good artist, you can contact JinjaNinja here. I'm sure we'll be more than happy to help you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, you can follow my graphic work at Gunter Graphics. That's one way to follow and support me there. Um, that's my Instagram. Let's see. I also have yours, so I'll put yours down screen. And all in JinjaNinja's stuff is in the description. So
Thank you
below.
for that.
Yep. Everything's down there. So there you go. That was the bad graphic design for this stream. What do you think?
Nice. I like it. It's good. Yeah, that
So
makes me feel better about the work I've done in the past.
yeah. So what
Yeah.
I try to do is I clip those out and I post them as individual videos, and some people have gotten a kick out of it. So we got Unlocking Laura. Hey, thanks
Hello.
for coming by.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Nice to meet
She's
ya.
another talented person with her crochet skills. So she
Oh, is this the
Geeky
what's her name?
Crochet.
Geeky Crochet,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes people, well, even I'm guilty of this myself as well. Oh, there we go. When the picture comes up, like we use different names on, and you do this as well on Twitter, and then on Instagram, and then on YouTube.
We try.
For me,
Yeah.
I try to stay consistent, but sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has her own Instagram. She was
Mhm.
on my live stream a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. I caught a bit of that.
Yeah, she designed like a 4 foot long mermaid horse. It was amazing.
Wow.
So
Wow.
definitely check out her stuff too.
Yeah.
So I do want to show something kind of funny before we get started with our main topic.
Well, you're already showing my face. That's pretty funny. So,
well, before we share the main topic of how different Japan is from over here in America.
oh boy.
So some of us have been pretty, we might get mad sometimes at people. You might get mad at a wall or a car. Has anybody ever gotten mad at a plant at all? Well, this guy did, and he punched it across
Oh,
the
nice.
street. So he's walking down. He's hits his head on this plant. And he's like, "Get out of here!"
Oh wow, that's a nice follow through. That's a nice follow through. We need some like graphics with that.
Yeah, some one of the memers out there needs to do something with this because this was pretty funny. And
You
the
could put
first
a
thing I
face
saw
on top of that.
first thing I thought of when I saw this was he's the first victim in The Happening. Is right here. Have you ever seen the movie The Happening?
I haven't. No.
Yeah, so that's the movie with Mark Wahlberg, and he
Oh yeah.
the plants like start killing everybody or
Really?
make us all go insane. So
That's how it kicked off.
that
Well,
dude's definitely the first one to go. Yeah, stupid plants.
Yeah, I feel that guy's pain though. Like, and who was Mr. Gregory? He put up um, a meme with about me being. I think you said you were going to put it up on the show. I can't remember if you said that or not.
Oh yeah, I do have
Yeah,
that. So let's bring that up here.
that I
have
feel that guy's pain. I could completely
So
relate to him.
this is you in Japan, right?
Yeah, first day and every day in Japan, actually. Man,
I mean that's got to be a little true, right? To some point,
it's completely true. The well, I've lived here. Well, we were talking earlier. I lived here. I've been here for over 20 years now, and architecture here, everything is decided. Like the height of a doorway, it's 180 centimeters, which is basically 6 feet tall, and I'm basically at 6 feet, right?
Okay.
But if you like lift up your head just a little bit, like if you stand just a bit up on your tippy toes, you're gonna hit your head into every door frame. And so you have to like constantly walk around like hunched. Otherwise, and I'm serious, I've grown since I've been here because I've hit the same place on my head over
Have
and
you
over and over
grown,
to the
or
point where,
maybe the house has shrink?
or
Maybe the
yeah,
houses.
yeah, the houses are there's something going on here. There's something in the water. But man, I cannot count the amount of times I've hit my head, and every time you hit your head, it's so painful. Like it hits. There just must be like
Oh yeah.
a center of nerves right there in that spot where you hit. And every time you want to turn around and just punch, just break down every door frame when that
Yeah, Matt
happens.
Vedder says I would have major back problems in
Oh yeah,
Japan
yeah. Like
apparently. Yeah.
for me, I'm like an average height kind of guys back in the States. But for anybody over 6 feet or close around the 6 feet range, yeah, you're going to turn into a hunchback if you're over here for a little bit too long.
Take
Hey, there's
care,
Rachel.
Rogue. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate it.
appreciate it.
So yeah, I thought this was really funny when that
Yeah.
was posted because I got a kick out of that.
You know that scene in Lord of the Rings where Gandalf, the Fellowship, where he hits his head, where he's in
Oh yeah.
yeah,
In the
yeah,
Hobbit house.
that's me every day. 6'4", yeah, you would probably die after a week here. Yeah, he died from head trauma.
Not me. I don't. I'm pretty short. I'm about 5'7", 5'8". So I don't know if I would have a problem.
No, you'd be fine. You'd fit right in.
Okay. I would just be really American, and they would know it. I was. So would they? Would that be true, or would I just? I wouldn't blend in at all, right?
No, you wouldn't blend it at all. No, no. Especially where I'm at. I mean, if you go up to Tokyo or something like that, it's very metropolitan and there's it's very international. You go out and see foreigners here and there, but if you're in my neck of the woods, nah, nah, you would stick out like a sore thumb. And
Okay.
that
Good to
and
know.
that's the crazy thing. Like it's pretty much everybody here still wears masks. They all wear masks here still, everywhere, like
Okay.
24/7 in their cars. I'm sure in the bathroom, in the shower. But you like people will come up to me and they're like, "Hey, James," because they know me because I could wear a mask. I could basically go around in a ninja mask and people would know who I am because I stick out so much. But
Yeah.
majority of people here, they're like, "Hey, nice to see you." I'm like, I have no idea who you are. I just tell them like, you have to take off your mask because I don't know. I can't tell who you are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
that in some of the photos I've looked at of
yeah,
Japan. Doing some research for the show.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so well,
yeah, yeah.
if you stick around, he'll tell you some cool stuff and weird stuff about Japan here a little bit.
It's a very
Uh,
it's not for everybody, but if a lot of people if they come here and visit and they like it, you'll come back. And then that type of person they can live here. But if you come here once and it's like this isn't my thing, bye bye.
no,
Good to
she's
see you.
staying here. She's hey guys,
Oh, she's on her
sorry I
phone.
can't tag.
Oh,
I'm
so I
on my
can't
phone. Yeah,
tag.
I know how
Yeah.
that goes.
I,
It's,
is
it's
there
all
any
good.
way? Oh, there's no way around that, right? Because I'm old and I don't know how
No,
to
you
do
have to
things. So I have
like
to research.
remember the person's name and then put the at
Yeah,
sign and write it out. Yeah, it's a pain.
that's such a pain in the
Get
butt.
on
They need
that
to fix
YouTube.
that. Come on,
So,
YouTube. Come on,
so
man.
you did a pretty cool painting. I believe it was for the 4th of July.
Ah,
I
yeah.
wanted to show that off. Uh, y- you have the original, obviously, but
Oh, yeah, it's right here, but show
if you
share the
wanted to see it, it's on his Instagram here. So he did a Captain America painting here, which I thought was pretty cool. I've been telling him I might have to get a copy of this, so and put it next to some of my other stuff. But you can definitely follow JinjaNinja here on Instagram. He does some really great work. You even did like a video, I think, on your YouTube channel, right? Of the
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So what I do is I record not all my pictures, but the majority of them I do. I have like a setup here. I've got my cam. It's all like I don't go out and buy things. Uh, hey, look, we got a red, white, and boring. Awesome. Hey, good.
Yeah,
What's up, Joker Voice?
yeah, it's Joker voice. He probably would like this one. He would probably like your Joker.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got my whole little setup here. So I try to record my YouTube like I record on private YouTube streams, and I take those and go into Adobe Premiere, and yeah, I try to put. I don't know if I do it too much. It's a fun thing too. Try to find that. See, now we're talking.
Yeah,
There
you've
we
got
go.
some cool stuff. Like so, and he's really good at you're really good at posting your stuff pretty frequently. So a lot of people get to see your
Well,
work.
I've actually hired an art consultant because I've decided I want to go and make this. I want to go pro. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to make this my bread and butter. So I got an art consultant, and we've been like talking about things. And yeah, he's trying to push me to. He's giving me a lot of advice on what to do. And the one problem I have is like organization. I'm horrible about uh, uh, uh well, I guess a little bit of both. I could go
We
into more. Yeah,
Yeah, we kind of talked about earlier. We were both of us were saying we started pretty early off
yeah.
when we were young.
But I went to East Carolina University and I took art. I was actually graphic communication arts illustration. So I
Sounds
did
like
a whole
mine.
graphic. Yep, I did a whole graphic design thing as well. But
Yeah,
I just didn't know, like, when I got into high school, or when I was about ready to graduate high school. Uh, what my program? I like Joker. I like it. I
yeah,
like
he's
it.
funny, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Um.
on next week, so if you tune in, he'll
Yeah.
make you laugh. He's fun. So.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So after when I was about ready to graduate high school, they're like, "Okay, so what college you gonna go to?" Like, college? What's that?
Yeah,
Because my family, pretty, white collar, no, blue collar, white collar. Which one is it? I can't remember English anymore. Dad was a carpenter.
blue.
My
Blue is
blue
the
collar there. Yeah,
hardworking
yeah. There you go. Yeah.
American.
Sorry. Um, yeah. I think a lot of us went that way. Tabitha, we
And
started.
yeah, and I started
Yeah.
there as well, and I went to web design.
Yeah.
So it, it you do get a good foundation with those schools like
Yeah.
concept and how people visually look at your artwork, or how to use space, because just like your paintings, you used your space really well, and then on a website you kind of do the same thing. So or with logos or
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah.
So you learn all that in school. It's just once you get out of school and you start doing the on the job stuff, that's when you really get the training that you
Yes.
really need to.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
I found that I don't know. I found that
Is
I
it?
learned more techniques and ways. I found like I learned more techniques and ways to go like from zero to having a finished product with printmaking classes and photography classes more so than I did with my illustration or painting classes. In those, it was like, okay, here's a project, go out and do something. It's like, all right, well, that's completely. I want to know more about these techniques and I want to be able to draw and paint this
Yeah.
way. And
Yeah.
I feel like I got more of that from it feels like I got more of that, like, after I finished college. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, I
Same
felt like
here. I went to
I've
like
been.
a
Yeah,
full on art school, and I got out
yeah,
within a couple
yeah,
years, and then I worked for a print shop, and then I learned about print, and then I went to
yeah,
media. It was
yeah.
They don't really share all the
No, they d
the fun stuff,
yeah,
the stuff that you really get. They don't do that in school. So
and I found that, like, YouTube, like, I'm been watching, Ariel Olivetti, he's a Marvel comic, DC comic guy, and I've been, just kind of watching his, uh, tutorials on painting techniques. It's like, how, why was that ever like never, these? I mean, yeah, I should go out on my own and try to learn my stuff. But if I'm paying all this money, I want to. I remember
yeah,
having like a few like techniques taught to me, but nothing really as much as what you get like on some of these YouTube videos. But it's all a path. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And sometimes
yeah,
you can learn a little bit from YouTube or
yeah,
other, like, you can learn pro tips, like maybe someone
hmm,
found, like in Photoshop, someone found a
yeah.
way to use a tool a different way, and then you can like kind of learn off that, and you can kind of, okay, cool, I didn't
And
know you can use that tool to do this technique or this style or this
exactly,
shading.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I
So
think another problem is with uh I'm 43 now, and it was so weird. My first 2 years of college, we did not use computers. People weren't using computers. And then I went to Japan on my exchange program for a year, and I came back, and now we were starting to use computers. So everything that we learned in those first 2 years, everything was physical. Like, we're using all on hand stuff. It was like we weren't using it anymore. It was so weird. Like, everything we had transitioned over to going digital in the matter of, like, me being gone for a year. So it's
yeah,
like it was like you were starting over again. And
yeah, and
holy cow,
yeah,
what is this? Yeah,
it's
what do we
similar
do?
to me because I got out. I was mostly in print jobs, so I was like
Yeah,
working at a print shop, a lot of print artwork. that sort of thing, where I was designing like menus and
Uh-huh.
for restaurants and things. And then all of a sudden, the internet kind of popped, and
Yes. Yeah.
people start wanting more web stuff and more online things,
Right.
and more they're wanting design going forward with that. And I was like, if I'm gonna stay alive and eat, I'm gonna have to go that way. I'm gonna have
Right.
to go
Right.
into the that medium and learn how to do those web tools and code and graphics on that side of the realm. So yeah, art is ever changing, and but it's always good when you can get to go back and paint, go down
Hmm.
the fundamentals and the colors. Every now and then, I like to color. I like sometimes I'm not a very good painter, but I do like to color with like markers and sketch and stuff like that. So it helps to go all the way back to the
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
deal. So we did have some questions. Let me kind of scroll here. I thought someone. Okay, yeah. Dreaming Tablet says I've noticed all art mediums have pretty much the same principles and help each other. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true. Um, let's see here. So you're from Japan, and there's a lot
Right.
of oddities, right?
Just a couple.
Well, there might be oddities to me and some people in America, but maybe to you that have been there 20 years, they might be pretty normal. Correct?
Well, it depends on the oddity, I guess. But yeah, some to this day still feel very strange, and some are like you kind of just get used to it. But yeah.
So I wanted to kind of go over some of those today and kind of share that with everybody. So this was a list that I found. I was this on a You Could Travel website, and it's the 17 weirdest things you can find only in Japan. So the first one is cat cafes. This one, I do have cats. I own
Hmm.
a couple of them. I don't know if I would want them in a cafe with me with other cats. How does this work
Yeah.
out?
Okay, so I've never been to a cat cafe, but I have been to a rabbit cafe.
Okay, they have those too.
There are
Okay.
the cat cafes, rabbit cafes, and one that when I was up in Tokyo, I met the owner of an owl cafe, which is cool. Owls. So you can go in there and so I guess I haven't been to a cat one, but the rabbit one, basically there's a whole bunch of cages with rabbits in it, and then there's like an area for you to sit down and eat or drink. And then you basically go around like, okay, I want to choose this rabbit, and they'll take it out of the cage, and then you can just sit down and yeah, enjoy your
So
afternoon lunch or tea with a rabbit.
yeah. So in this article, they do mention a hedgehog cafe. So they must have all
Yeah,
these little.
there's probably all different kinds of it, but the owl one, I did go to. I met the owner from Owl one, and he brought his owls out, and we got to hold them. It's really cool. But
Really?
yeah, 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 owls are cool. I wouldn't want to go to a cat cafe though. No, even though I
All
do
right.
have a
Well,
cat. Oh,
good
thanks,
night,
Tabitha.
Tabitha. Thanks for stopping
Good seeing
stopping
you.
by. So, um, yeah, that would be kind of fun. It would be odd but fun in the same way to maybe
Maybe a
view that.
snake cafe would be cool.
I think let's see. He was in the chat. R2. He loves lizards. He would
Oh
probably like
yeah,
a lizard
yeah, yeah.
cafe. And then we have these things. They're called capsule hotels,
Yep, I've
and they
stayed in
they have a
them many
photo
a
of them.
time.
They kind
Yeah.
of look like this. So
Yep, I've stayed in those many times actually. It's just basically, well, when you think about it, it kind of makes sense because they're cheaper than regular hotels. When you go inside of them, you've got a little TV inside. It's just large enough for you to lay down and be comfortable. And whenever,
well, yeah, they
I don't
say
know,
they're about almost 1.5 meters wide and
yeah,
2 meters
2 meters
long.
long, which would be about that would be about six. How
How
long
do
is
you
two
fit?
meters? About 6'8".
How do you fit?
Yeah.
Aren't you? I thought you were pretty tall. You couldn't. You
Oh, no,
fit
no,
in here?
I'm 180 centimeters. So 180
Oh, okay.
centimeters is less than yeah. So 6'5" person would probably fit in. It would be like so. I think it was one of the guys, Codenomics. He would have a tough time fitting in one of these. But
Okay.
when you go to like if you go out and you go out drinking or you go out for, the nighttime and you go back to your hotel, the only thing you're going to go do is sleep. And a lot of people,
Okay.
they just go to their hotel, they sleep, they wake up, and they go back out to work again or something like that. So, yeah, it kind of feels like you
Yeah, I
are
would
in
get
a
kind of
coffin.
claustrophobic. Yeah,
So I,
yeah, I
I'm
would too.
I'm like, for me, I'm completely fine with it. It's awesome. Like it's got like a little headphone jack that you put into the TV.
I
It's
would
got
just
like a
have
little
his
air
feet sticking
conditioner in
out.
there. No, yeah. His feet would be sticking out, but it's really weird. It's like a trust system because there's no locks on your door. You just pull down a screen.
Really?
Yep, you just
So
pull down a
everybody just trusts
screen.
everybody that you're not gonna sneak in and sleep
Yep.
next to them. Okay.
Well, a lot
Alright.
of these places too, and it's kind of connects to one of the other weird things that are in there. They all have these big public baths. So there's a big public bathhouse. So
Yeah, that was, I think,
yeah.
a little bit further down the page, but yeah, you're
Yeah, so
right. I
so
heard.
so basically the whole thing is you check in, you get your key for your locker, you open up your locker. Yeah, there's no locks. You just fly out of it.
Slide right out.
You open up your locker, you get undressed. It's got your robe and everything there, and other people around you, like a gym, just getting undressed and ready. You throw all your valuables and stuff in there, and then you hop off. You can either go. They have places where you can sit down. You get drinks and there's food. Comic books. They've always got their comic section because Japanese people love reading comics. Well,
Yeah.
manga, right?
Yeah, manga, yeah.
Um,
Huh.
and then you could hop in, go take a bath. There are also like massage options. There's like a massage parlor
Yeah,
place.
I've
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah,
about those. They have I don't know if it's on this list, I can't remember, but they have these
yeah.
cuddle rooms where
No, I've never done that yet, but
like a person could go in and just get cuddled and head
yeah, yeah.
patted and no frisky business, but it's just cuddling.
They
So,
got frisky business ones too, but I don't think those
yeah.
ones come with a happy ending. No.
So, here's another cafe called a Moomin. Am I saying
Yeah,
that
Moomin
correct?
is. Yeah, Moomin.
Yeah, okay, so what that is where you get to eat lunch with stuffed animals
Yeah.
and dinner.
There's uh okay, so weird thing about this is that you're gonna find these in the bigger cities. And it's funny, I think this kind of applies to bigger cities because the bigger the cities are, I think the lonelier people are because it's just uh going to Tokyo on vacation or something like that is fine and all, but I can never live there. It's just because there's millions and millions of people around you. There's so many people around you that you just feel more alone than you do if you're in the small countryside where I'm at, where you know people's names and you can bump into people when you go to the supermarket or the bank, people that you know. So a lot of people have issues with being lonely and being like they don't know how to socialize with people.
Yeah,
So you see things like this. You can also, this is something I saw on TV a few years back. You can hire someone to just go out and have lunch with you, or to go out and sing karaoke with you, or to just hang out with you. And you pay them
really?
money just to hang out and talk with you, or just to listen to you, or you just listen to them. And they're companions. You hire a companion. It's this new thing. Couples will do it because couples don't even know how to speak to each other.
That's very Joker. What kind of
Yeah, yeah.
psychological torture is this? Arkham isn't just listed. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, there's a huge problem with uh, uh, that aspect of society here, which I think you might actually find in other places, and other like you probably see that in Korea as well. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
that's very interesting.
yes.
I wonder how that worked with COVID. I mean, I wonder if it became
Oh
more.
man, yeah, I think it did more. Yeah, I think it's had a huge effect on. I mean, it was.
Have a good
Do
night.
you know
Thanks for
what?
coming by.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to see you here. Um, I don't know. It's weird because I think people have really grasped onto the whole mask thing, and a lot of people enjoy it, like not having to.
Yeah,
They
I
don't want to
heard
have
that
to
too. Where
identify themselves.
it's not really to protect from diseases. They don't want to smile to
Yeah,
anybody.
like
So
like
they don't normally before COVID, before all the mask mandates, they didn't
yeah,
like to smile at people, and they
yes,
had to smile. Now they
yeah,
don't have to smile. They just they so they cover it up. So I've heard that.
Well, I mean,
here
I
even.
think there's
So.
many reasons, but another thing too is with the Japanese language, you don't have to actually. You could be a ventriloquist here easily because you don't really. They don't like to show the inside of their mouths when they're speaking.
Hmm.
So I'm going to do a little bit of Japanese without moving my mouth. It's like, "Konnichiwa, watashi no namae wa James desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Kyou no teki wo to-" Like you don't have to move your mouth. Like you don't have to. Uh, they don't use a lot of muscles within their
Well,
face.
don't they have
Um,
to like project? Don't words? Don't certain symbols and certain words mean differently in the way they're projected?
Well, I mean,
Like,
there's the thing about people that they wear a mask here. There's
oh,
this,
okay.
yeah, a mask, not a literal one, but the metaphorical one. Uh,
Mhm.
I saw a man driving alone in his car with a mask on today. No, like you could go around and 50% of the people around here are still wearing masks in their car. Outside of their car, 99.99999%. I'm
Yeah.
that me and just like a couple other people. I just don't wear them anymore, but
So
everybody else does. Just feel comfortable. I don't know
this
why.
one also appealed to me. High
Oh
tech
man,
toilets.
these are the greatest thing ever, and if you start using a high-tech toilet, you can never go back. Like, it's it's like going back into the womb, you can't do it. If you've used like, one of these toilets, it's heaven. Okay, not only do you have like, in the winter, you have a heated toilet seat, so you're not freezing your
Ooh.
ass off. Yeah, it heats your toilet seat, right?
I
And
don't need
then
that in Arizona, but yeah, okay.
look at me trying to point at pictures, like I'm trying to point at pictures here.
Here,
Uh
I can zoom it up if that helps with you.
There's that's the orange button, that's to stop it. The one next to that is for your butt. It says oshiri. So after you've taken a dump and you just don't want to like there's a show where it talks about you Americans, you just rub it all around. Um yeah, it's like it just cleans you up, you know? And
Yeah,
then you
well,
feel really refreshed.
it's like a bidet, or was that a bidet?
Well, the
Or
bidet is the one that's actually the pink one that looks like a woman. That's a bidet for the
okay, and
ladies.
this one is the
That one's a softer one, yawaraka. Uh,
okay, and what is this? Is the heater? I'm assuming.
no, that's a dryer. It dries you off.
Oh,
So you go through the whole system, man. Like it cleans you up, then you dry your butt off, and then you're ready to go. Oh, shitty. Yeah.
why do these not exist in America? Like,
They do.
come
You have to
on.
pay. My brother, whenever he came and visited, it was his first time to use them when he came here, and he immediately that's the first thing that he bought when he went back to the states. He had to,
Okay.
he got it. It's expensive, but he got it installed into his house. It's
So
like
are these in public restrooms?
they're everywhere,
Oh,
everywhere.
okay.
Public
And I
restrooms.
heard
Yeah.
the article says you can listen to music.
Yep. Well, they
Um,
play music if you're because people don't want other people. They don't want other people to hear them when they're using the restroom. So it'll play like birds chirping or something like that. So if you're like me and you're going in there and dropping a deuce
yes, the
of the three
three
shells, yeah,
three shells, seashells. Yeah,
yeah.
say that 10 times fast. Yeah,
And you've even got an option up there. Look at me pointing again. I'm such a boomer.
you're
The
okay.
top says big, and the one next to it says small. So you've got your. It will control how much water is used to flush out. If you've
Oh,
taken a
okay.
deuce, or if you've gone for a little, yeah, a tinkle.
I should show my
Yeah.
wife this. She would probably get a kick out of this and maybe
Oh
get
man,
one.
these are great though. Like, and once you start using these, and then you try to go back to a regular toilet, it's just like, nah, I'm not having it.
So
This
where
should
is
be
this panel?
broken.
Is it on the tank or is it?
No, no, it's on the wall. The electrician comes in and they connect
Oh,
this.
okay.
They install it to the wall, and then you plug in your toilet. Yeah,
Okay.
you plug in your toilet. Yeah, yeah.
This is food related. I'm gonna let you say this word.
Oh, taco
Takio.
tamago. Taco
Okay.
tamago. Taco means
Okay.
octopus. Tamago means egg.
Okay. So I
This
can
looks
see the
delicious.
eel. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are they good? Have you tried one?
I've never had this. This is octopus with a boiled egg inside of it. Looks good. I'd I'd
Okay.
I'd I'd give this the time of day. Definitely.
Really?
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm not a big
No, there's some food that's I will never touch.
worst.
Yeah,
Okay.
1,000,000,000 times worse. So this I mean, that's kinda good.
No kind of taco I want. Yeah, yeah, not a taco.
Uh,
I'm sure if you went with a shell though, you could put it Then it would be an octopus taco.
There you go. Have
Yeah.
you? I don't know if you have a picture of takoyaki. Takoyaki it's one of those
No.
foods that you can't really translate into English because if you translate it directly in English, it's octopus balls. So it's like I don't want to say that. So it's like a batter that you deep fry that you fry,
Yeah,
but you
octopus
put like
with egg, not octopus egg. Yeah.
octopus with egg. Yeah, no octopus.
You
That's what I
can
thought
kind of
first.
see down here at the bottom the egg,
Yeah,
the
it's got a boiled egg inside of it.
and you get it on a little stick, or you can take a maybe like a dozen home or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they have
So
those little packages that you can throw them in there.
so
Throw a
Code
rubber
says he
band
would
around
try
it.
this.
Oh
So
yeah, hey, why not?
if Code goes to Japan, he's gonna stay in the mini hotels, eat these things, and probably use the toilet.
Get the full experience. The full
Then
experience.
you'll be set. That would be your whole Japanese trip.
You know George, right? George, right? George
Oh yeah,
Normal.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
going to be here in about 10 or 11 months, he said. So I'm going to be giving him the whole,
yeah.
showing him
Tour.
around, giving him the full
Nice.
Japanese experience. So we
So
might have to,
if I head
yeah.
that way, you would do the same, right?
Of course I would in a heartbeat. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well there you go. When Code goes to Japan is a goal of mine. All right, there you
There we
go.
go.
Well, you reach out to JinjaNinja here, and he'll give you a full tour. So
Without the
these,
happy ending.
now they have
Oh,
the
speaking of
single
which,
hotels, and then they have these things called the love hotels. So I'm assuming
yeah.
this is more of like a bordello or type of thing over here in the states.
Do you want me to give you the story on these?
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, if it's
They're all over the
interesting.
place. Love hotels are all over the place. It's basically a place where you hook up. You bring
Yeah,
your,
yeah,
you go, like, but you can actually anybody can stay there, and you don't have to stay there to hook up. You can like they're actually pretty cheap. Hey, good
night.
night. What could be bad? Um, they're cheaper than the regular hotels, but they got like okay for this much for an hour, this much for 2 hours,
Okay.
special time of the night price, and then an hourly rate, and then they have the overnight rate. No-tell motels, yeah, yeah, but they're all like themed.
Okay.
Um,
So,
and then
like, if you wanted to take your lady friend there, you could.
yeah,
Mm,
but you don't interact with anybody.
mm,
So
okay.
basically, you go into the and as you can tell, I have experience with this. Yes. So you go into like the front, and there's just like this big board with lights on there in the rooms. And if the light is out, that means it's occupied. If the light is on, that means it's you can get it. And each room
Okay.
has different prices. And then
Well
you never
cleaned.
have, huh?
Well cleaned.
Well, I wouldn't go in there with a dark light.
Oh boy. Okay.
No, it's Japan. They're probably well
So
clean,
this is
but
the one someone brought up earlier. This is the
yeah,
penis
yeah.
time at Kanamara Matsuri.
Yeah, yeah, this
Hopefully I
is
said that
the,
right.
yeah,
This is the
Kanamara Matsuri. Matsuri means
okay.
festival. Mhm.
So this is the penis festival, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
So
There you go.
it's all about dedicated to the male reproductive system. So
Well, it's just like I mean, I think you see this in many cultures. It's the whole, uh, reproduction, I guess in this
party.
case, it wouldn't be yeah. Uh, get it on. I
Okay.
mean, people,
But
they have big ones where they sit on them, they rub them. Um and like women who want to get pregnant, maybe they'll go to this. Like maybe like seriously, like people who are having trouble with pregnancy, they might go here for this to pray to a god of fertility. They'll maybe rub it for good luck or something like that.
okay.
There's all kinds of there's big penises, small penises. You know, I've never been to this. I know about it, but I've never been to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
yeah.
thing they've done. Let's see here. Expect here in America. Good luck getting that festival off the ground.
Oh
Yeah,
no, it already is in San Francisco, New York.
yeah, but for
You see
different
the real
reasons.
things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's well. Here's the Cuddle Cafe that I was talking about. This is kind of sort of to that one where you said people are
Mhm.
lonely and they just want to talk to somebody. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
assuming.
like, Japanese I've never worked at a Japanese, I worked at a town hall, and I could tell you I did. The people there are nice and great and everything, but the work is just no. It's just I'm not. I can't do it, and it's very stressful. As many people know, suicide rate is huge in Japan. I think
Mhm.
it's only topped by a couple of countries, Korea being number one in the world, I believe, number one or
Yeah,
number two.
they have that forest out there.
Yeah, that what his face Jake Paul got in trouble for, but
Yeah,
that's just
they
one of many places.
yeah,
Yeah,
they say there are a lot of a lot of people go in there, and we one of my streams with Rogue Disney, we were talking
yeah,
about abandoned theme parks, and one of them was on the edge of that forest, and no one
yeah.
went there because it was on the edge of that forest. They said it was
Right,
too
right.
big of an omen not
Yeah,
to.
and there's spots around here that you hear about people like like oh this is a place where oh good night Codenomics.
Thanks for coming by, man. I always
Yeah,
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
See ya. Yep. You too, Mo. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. So it,
Yeah, the cuddle cafes. Yeah,
there's
there's
yeah,
another one. Like it's kind of like on the line of cuddle cafes, and of course mostly men go here. They they uh they clean out your ears. So
there's a
you
lot of
yeah.
cafes, different cafes that you have over
Yeah, I think the cafe has like a cafe is just more of like shop, if you think of it
there.
like
Okay,
that. Because most places you go to, they'll have like a drink service, some kind of little like
great.
food service, or like a place where you can read some manga or what have you, and then they have that service on top of it. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, Japan seems like a very interesting place. There's a lot
it
of,
is. Yeah,
especially if you're, from out of town or out of the
yeah, yeah.
country, you
For a
would
person
you
like
would
yeah,
you would probably see a lot of cool things. So you probably from a but if from a cultural standpoint, you would probably experience a lot of interesting new, and you'd
yeah.
have to kind of like get just by. So just living there, you probably took you a bit to kind of settle in. I'm guessing.
I don't think I've actually settled in yet. I've been here for 20 years, but not. I mean, there there are things that like people say or people do little you know customs or what have you that you really never get used to. You just kind of you realize that they're not doing it in a way to harm you or be hateful to you. It's just part of the culture. Like
Hmm.
one thing that always drives me crazy is I will know somebody for like 5, 6, 7 years and they'll compliment you. They'll like, oh, you can use chopsticks really well. It's like, dude, that's something you say to like a 5 or 6 year old, not like a 40-year-old man who's lived here for 20 years. For me, it's like using chopsticks is like breathing, right? So it's, oh
Yeah.
wow, you breathe really well, or you could use a fork and spoon really well. Like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
okay on chopsticks. The only time I ever
yeah,
use chopsticks is when I'm eating sushi.
yeah, yeah. So like, but if you've lived here for that long, all my friends, we get it the same thing. It's almost like people saying hello, thank you for living in Japan. You used to,
Okay.
yeah, it's a compliment, but some people get really offended by it, and like sometimes it's just like irritating because you hear it over and over and over. But then you got to realize it's not from a hateful place; it's from a place of just trying to communicate and just trying to make a compliment. So
Okay.
that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, theme
yeah.
park casual.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. He's the one that submitted the T-shirt design.
Oh, cool.
So we did talk about the T-shirt design that you sent over to me. It was earlier in the stream. So, but look
Nice.
for a clip of that video, and you'll be on there. So I'll make sure to shout you out there. Um. So yeah, before we go, you're working on a comic with
Right.
Roger Ryder.
Right.
So for the folks that are still here, do you? We still it looks like we still have about 9 people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
could you kind of go over that? What the project is you're working on, and maybe for a way for people to kind of support you.
Yeah, like, let's see. You're probably a lot better at doing this than I am. I'm
Okay.
horrible about but no, it's a Western themed comic. It's called Ante, Steam Junk Western. Ante Comics is something that Roger Ryder, well, he's the owner of it, and Ante Steam Junk Western is the first comic that's coming from uh, Ante Comics, and it's a Western theme. Um, and I
You
can't
have an
go
Indiegogo,
into
right?
yeah, there's Indiegogo, there's a mailing list, there. If anybody wants to. throw that in the chat, you're more than welcome to. Um,
Yeah, I will.
yeah, it's as we can see, it's Western episodio, the zero, number zero. And in this first one that we're working on, it's not going to just be a one-off. We're planning on having this go a pretty long series.
Okay.
Is what we're looking at doing. But the first one is introducing basically 6 characters. It's going to be focused on mainly this one girl. Um, but it's just Western society with strict rules, strict way of living, based on military. And I want to tell you more about what's happening, but every time I go in to start talking about what's going to happen to the story, I almost like reveal things, and I have to stop myself because a lot of it, there are going to be some big reveals that come
Okay.
on later in the story. So, uh, yeah,
So
you read
I
that first one, it's basically an introduction into the world, and
okay.
the rules, and what kind of society it is. And there's some conflicts within the characters. The first comic, there's a lot that happens, especially towards the end of it, that's going to really get you to want to go into the next story. Um,
Okay.
and for me, I whenever Roger Ryder, who is the IP owner of the IP, he came up with stories, written it all, and he threw the storyline to me. It's like, wow, this is really interesting. I'm really into it, and I don't know exactly everything that happens. I'm kind of in the dark about things, which I like because it makes writing and reading it for me more exciting as well. So my
Yeah.
goal as the artist on here is to take what he's given to me and visualize that and
And
try to make that as
you have
interesting as
some of that,
possible.
right?
Yeah, like
You
I'm working. Of course, we're looking at starting off crowdfunding in August, early August, and we're still in talking about working with other artists and possibly like Toxic Man Flu from um, what you call it, Thursday Night Throwdown, the Comics
yeah.
Division, on having like maybe like a you know a bit of a you know have some other artists on and promote the artwork whenever it comes out to that time of crowdfunding. And then we're looking at October for printing.
Okay.
But now I've just got a bunch of, this is the latest one I'm working on here right now. This is one of the
Yeah, it's very
characters.
detailed and cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to. We're working on black and white and color, so we're hoping we're still in, the talks on what exactly we're going to do as far as perks are concerned. We're looking at like maybe chips, original poker chips, cards. There were cards that I made for the Vegas meetup. These are some of those guys right there. So possibly something like this as far as perks are concerned.
Okay.
Anywhere from that to we're also considering original artwork, both black and white and colored, for possible perks.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah,
there's the link I put in the chat, you can put your email in there and get notified when things change on Indiegogo. So
yeah.
if
So
you're
this is our.
interested in getting
Mhm.
updates from uh, JinjaNinja and Roger Ryder, you can definitely
Yeah,
put your
yeah.
email here, and
So,
they will give you updates. So
yeah, so for I'm
that
gonna be
sounds
really
great.
pushing it. Yeah, I'm really gonna be pushing it. Really, I've got a lot of work to do, but this month, basically every single day, I'm gonna be working on yeah, finishing it up. Uh,
Very cool.
and so we're hoping to have something
Yeah,
for you to
and
have in
a
your
lot of
hands in
people have
October.
been doing that. They're so kind of
Yeah,
burnt
yeah,
out of the mainstream comic
yeah,
world
yeah.
that they have decided to do their own thing.
Well, I mean,
Um,
you've even seen professional artists do that.
yeah,
Like they're going out and doing crowdfunding now.
yeah,
And I I mean, there's a part of me that whenever I was a little boy, I'd just go to the spinner rack and I would, you know, pick out a comic I liked, throw down a couple bucks, take it home and read it, and it was
right.
amazing. But things have changed, and now it's a different system. So I think it also goes with the fact that you don't have the audience that you used to, the numbers of people that you used to. So you kind of have to change the system to where you can continue doing this kind of thing, and it's just not. Um, Well, for people on an independent, doing this independently, you definitely can't go through the means that people used to sell comic books on.
No,
It's got to be done
the
a different way.
crowdfunding is
Yeah,
kind of the way to go. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
people do that for a lot of other projects
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So and a lot of there's people in this community that they got tired of some of the norm, so they either decided to start a channel or they decided to help out the community by doing designs or artwork
Right.
or just sending out news requests for people. Everyone's trying to do to help people out because they're tired of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the normal
yeah.
mainstream
Trying to
part.
break
So
away from it. Yeah, it's
yeah.
we will win. Yeah, I agree there, Roger. Ryder. I think you could actually see that reflected within, for example, Top Gun. I don't know. Did you go see it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot.
I saw that
Uh,
the weekend it came out here. So
yeah, yeah,
it I'm a big fan of the original. I tend to
yeah,
watch it
yep.
once a year. And when I was so excited, pre-COVID when it was ready to roll out, and then it got delayed, and I was like, dang.
Yeah.
But then when it popped out on this year, it was probably even better because I bet you they took 2 years to tinker with it.
Uh-huh.
And then Tom Cruise like, look, we're gonna launch this when everyone's ready to go,
You
and
know what
that
was interesting? They they
awesome movie.
they did, Tom Cruise, he did that spiel at the theater, right? Before the movie started? They didn't have that here in Japan.
Mm.
That
I
part
didn't
was
see
taken
that
out.
either.
Oh,
So
really?
when I
Huh,
was yeah, I went on a Saturday, I think believe, and
okay.
it wasn't in my theater either. No,
Huh, that's weird.
I
I
think
didn't
it
know.
was only like maybe the first night,
Oh, it
maybe.
could have been, huh?
But yeah,
Yeah, but
but he did what most people don't do now, and that's thank the fans for showing up. And
seems like a pretty good system if, you're trying to make, some
and he
kind of
didn't
money
he
from it.
didn't tell you if if you don't like my movie, then you obviously don't like my ideas. So get out of here. He didn't say that either. So he's one of the old school actors, kind of like Kurt Russell and them that
Mhm, mhm.
they do
Well,
their work and they keep their work and their day and their politics whatever
separate.
separate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a big problem nowadays, like, it's like you have to have it on your shirt, what you believe in, who you support. It's like, no, that all that does is creates, division,
Yeah. Yeah.
and, I would love to get back to the days where I don't even care who you vote for, as long as you're, like, not trying to cause any kind of harm to the people around you or
Right.
those sort of things, like, "Hey, let's just." And I've seen that happen within my whole circle of friends within the past few years. It's just depressing, and it's
Yeah.
just unnecessary. And it didn't start happening until, oh, El Trumpo, and then everybody just went insane. It was like you watched it happen like this, and I'm that
Hmm.
kind of guy that I'm like, okay, I always question things. I always question things. I'm like, maybe it's because my middle name is Thomas, right? Doubting Thomas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
I
got
do
it
the
there
same
too, right?
thing.
So, and I started seeing everybody just like hate on him, hate on him, hate on him, hate on him. And I'm not really that political. I don't really get into politics that much. But I always question, like, why does everybody hate him? Whereas before, everybody loved him. He had his own TV show. People were talking about it. And as soon as he hops in there, everybody hates him. And you know the reason why, right?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. So all those people whose minds were suddenly changed by it, like, you really have to sit back and question why you're thinking that way.
Hmm.
So, not to get
Yeah.
too
You're right.
political, but yeah,
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, yeah,
But you're right. There's
yeah,
been a divide, and you see that divide
yeah,
in not only just politics, but you see it in movies, you see it in comic books, you see it
yep,
in books, you see it
yep,
in restaurants, you see it
yep,
pretty much everywhere. And this is what a lot of us were saying. If you put too much politics in the normal day, you're going to get this, and you're going to have a very big divide, and
yeah,
it's going to
yeah,
happen. And people
yeah.
didn't believe. A lot of people didn't believe that, and now they're
Well,
finally seeing it, and it's
if
too
if we
bad.
could if we could go on, we might like some of us might say that the whole divide is the whole purpose, but that could be
Yeah,
another
yeah.
stream.
That's another stream, but maybe on a
Yeah,
different channel. But no, I
yeah,
do appreciate you coming by. I know
yeah.
you took your midday here. You're all the way from
My
Japan,
pleasure.
so I
And I have
you're
to. Oh, go for
go
it. Go ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. I
No, no,
I
go.
just want to go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm bad at
I
interrupting
said
people.
you're always welcome back. Especially when you get close to your comic, I would love to have you on and
Yeah.
kind of go over the next phase of that, or maybe help you promote it. I would that would be awesome. So
Yeah, and I have to say thank you because you always, from the get-go, without even knowing me, like you've just been like a huge support. You're one of the few people who actually bought something from my store.
yeah,
I actually appreciate that.
it's right here, right
Yeah.
above my
Um,
workstation. Yep, yep.
I'm just horrible about promoting any. I just don't promote. That's it's not in my nature. But yeah, just everything that you've done on Twitter and Instagram, just how you're not just me, but everybody out there. It's people like you that help people like us create more
Yeah,
and give us the
yeah,
drive to create. Because of course, on our own, we love drawing and painting and doing things. But when there are people out there that really show appreciation for it, it makes it all that more like inspiring. It really gives you the drive to work harder,
yeah.
to be better.
I I found I just fell in love with a lot of your work. So I was like, I just want to keep making sure people know about you and your work. So I always talk about JinjaNinja and how you do a good job. And I love your streams when you draw because you're just chatting and you're drawing, and that's just
Yeah, yeah.
it's kind of relaxing to a way in a
Oh, I
way to
appreciate
kind
that.
of watch those. So yeah, and that's what I try to do. I'm going to try to do that same thing here on this
Hmm.
channel: is bring on people that maybe most people don't know and talk about them and see how they're their normal day life and what other interests in them, like what they value, and so hopefully this channel can do that.
Oh
So
yeah,
I hope that
definitely.
happens. So yeah, again, I appreciate it you coming on. I would love to have you back on, and everyone who showed up in the chat and comments. I know some of them have to go to bed. They stay up a little late just to watch my show, so I appreciate that. So thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next week. Next week, I'm having Joker Voice. He was in the chat this
Oh,
evening.
nice.
Yeah, so he's going to be on next Wednesday night, and I'm excited for that stream. And if you enjoy movie reviews from the early 80s and 90s, you can catch me on After the Weekend with my buddy R2 and Maria. And I think this week we're doing Master and Commander. Have you ever seen
Oh,
that
that's a
movie?
good one.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got to rewatch that. It's on Hulu, so I got to go
Yeah,
rewatch.
yeah,
But
yeah. Go for it. It's a
but
great one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So normally we do like what we've done Jurassic Park, we've done
Hmm.
Dick Tracy was the last one we did.
Oh,
So we
cool.
like to review old school movies that were
Nice.
they were better. Some would
They
say.
were. Yeah.
Is there
I
anything
agree.
you want to pitch besides your comic and anything else you're doing?
Well, you can find me on YouTube. I'm trying to up the numbers there, of course, but to me, I'm not really too concentrated on it. But I do live art streams, and I put up like time lapse videos of artwork that I do on there. I know it's like I hit 1,000 viewed videos, so I was kind of happy about that. I've never
That's
done that
cool.
before. I was like, is this real? Why is this happening? Like everything else is like around 50, 60 range, but I have to. I think it's her name is Lady Academy. Is that her name? Oh no, that's not her name. I can't remember. Maybe it is a lady. I could. Oh no, that's not her name. I'm forgetting her name now. She's
It's all
actually got
right.
her own comic book, but I did a picture of her because it was just an amazing picture I saw on Twitter, and it got really good like views. I was like, wow, I'm really impressed with that. That was nice. But
Yeah, more and more people are knowing who you are. You were on
yeah,
Comics Division and a couple other places.
yeah. So I'm just trying to just go check out, spread the word about YouTube. But I'm really trying to push. I've got 2 Instagram accounts. In Japan, work is all about Instagram. People are all about Instagram here. So
Really?
Yeah, it's like it's so weird. I feel like I'm in two different worlds trying to, which I kind of am. But so I've got two Instagram accounts. One is for the comic work, and the other one is for my fine artwork, which is James Painter. And the other one's the JinjaNinja for comic related work. Yeah, those, if you could just follow me on there, check, give a comment, a like, or
Yeah.
what have you.
And I put everything in the
There we go.
description, so you
Yeah,
can check it
yeah.
out there. All right. Well,
And follow
thanks
this
again.
guy and give this
Yeah,
guy some support. Let's
yeah,
push
do that.
get those numbers up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised that people come back.
Oh man, what are you talking about? You're good. You're this is comfortable. It's like I've been on a few shows and this like fits the bill right here. Like
All right,
just
very
chilling out.
cool.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
be here for another 3 or 4 more hours and just fly by just like that.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I did do a Fourth of July stream just for fun. That went
Yeah.
about 2 hours, so that was pretty fun. We watched fireworks and stuff with some friends. Alrighty, well, thanks again, everyone, coming by.
Thank you.
Jinja Ninja, thanks for stopping by as well, and we'll say goodnight to everyone. Adios.
Take care.